everyone, we're Team Invincible. We're doing problem 1 and helping Australia to hit net zero with the V2G technology. We identified the key 4 barriers after reviewing the meta-analysis of adapting the V2G technology. First is the lack of awareness in general public and don't know what it is. Second is the loss aversion around the risks. Third is the tension between the increasing demand but the effort with the supply. And the fourth would be the lack of trust between the privacy issue and collecting data. And therefore, we developed 3 strategies that closely addressing these 4 barriers. First, we're going to increase the understanding of smart charger in the general public. Second will be the optimization of it. Third, we will create a norm around it. All right, to understand our customer better, we mapped out the customer journey and understand the pain point, such as don't know where to get, how to get, the form, installation, the time, just a mess. And now, we're gonna have the look of who they are. We have 4 types of persona. First one, environmental warrior. They love the impact, they want to care about the environment. Second, the tech enthusiast, want clear information and integrate in their home system. Third, will be someone just cost conscious, want some affordable solution. Fourth will be a little bit more skeptic, but curious. They will ask lots of questions around the limitations and the constraint. And then going through this journey to create the behavioral changes around them, we're going to create the traction through the technology adaptation curve. We are going to focus our strategy firstly on the early adopters because they're the ones who are willing to use the system to bring in order to understand the difficult concept behind. And now we're going to create this kind of descriptive norm. And once more people on board, they will create this kind of norm and the majority and laggers will come aboard.
So the first stage of our solution aims to increase the collective understanding of the capabilities of V2G, as well as nudge users away from the negative biases. So firstly, we recognized the need to address the lack of awareness surrounding V2G. So what we did was implement a government advertising campaign, which actually addresses how V2G is more beneficial over other technologies such as V2L. This would be through mainly a lot of media channels, which would implement equity of information as well as making V2G a household name. We would do this through a number of behavioral nudges as we can see above there. Now moving on to our next stage, in our current situation, we identified that there was the existing V2G EV owner as well as the new V2G EV owner. So with the existing owner, we created an implementation and integration within the customer journey. So while they're actually registering their car, they'll be given a opt-in option that shows the default bias to actually buy a smart charger. Whereas with the new EV owners, we'll be partnering with the car dealerships. So at the point of purchase, they'll be given comprehensive information about what a smart charger entails, which shifts the onus and the automation towards the user, as well as giving them informed consent where they will be able to opt out. But we didn't stop there. We also considered another barrier towards consumer preferences. So currently there's a scarcity in the V2G enabled cars. So to increase visibility of this, we introduced a badge which has the V2G enabled government sticker. This will be shown in the car dealership websites where you can see lots of different cars and identify the correct V2G enabled cars. So through this is not only a status of like status as well as quality, but also it nudges the user towards loss aversion and salience. Now, lastly, we also have the invoice, which is personalizing the invoices to show the potential V2G savings through a number of behavioral nudges that we can see up there.
In stage 2, we are proposing a 2-part solution to bringing the government, the household and the utility companies together to optimize the usability and the exposure of E2G smart charging. So essentially, we have taken a gamified approach where we bring the 3 parties together and we have called the app MyEV. So MyEV will have 4 key features. So first, a strict system. Secondly, there will be a ranking system within the community where each user can see how they rank within the community. This is an opt-in option. Thirdly, to correct any misconceptions, there will be infographics within the app as well as consent information readily available with links in the left-hand corner. Lastly, the AI feedback provided will, based on the charging performance of the user versus their goals, the feedback provided will help them move towards a better constant E2G charging habit. Essentially, the app utilizes and leverages the timing nudge, the social status quo nudge, the loss aversions, sailing, etc., to promote constant E2Vs charging. Additionally, we are also promoting the personalized car key and smart charger program, where through a common object where people see every day, they will be reminded to smart charge, and as well as common color theory, where, for example, green means to go and red means to stop, which is respectively for charge and not charging. All of our solutions complement each other. So moving into the future, in step 3, we're hoping to progress the smart charging into a norm. However, we recognize there's a difference in accessibility of resources between the urban and rural areas. Therefore, although we recommend the government to have a 3-way partnership between the building companies, the utility companies, and the government, as seen on the left here, how that would work. For the rural areas, we have recognized that needs to be a tailored solution since there's a lack of resources and electricity grid, essentially. So as electricity grid rolls out, what we're proposing is that there will be a paid mail system which will be sent to the eligible communities that is eligible for the E2G electricity line installment. And within the mail, there will be an offer of a subsidized installment of V2G electricity lines, as well as the booking preference for installment date and site assessment as well. Our research has found that there's continuous and ongoing active government partnership with industry leaders to try and promote the clean energy transition. Therefore, this is what makes us believe that there's strong, promising prospect in our solutions.
So how are we going to implement this? What's the game plan? So our strategy directly aligns with the stages. So in the short term, what we're looking at is the advertising campaigns, the action items and the things that need to be achieved for this is surveying the key stakeholders as well as creating the content. Of course, the content's going to have behavioural economics in it as well. And then you're looking at the partnerships with the transport as part of the renewal and registration. And then you're looking at the medium term, so stage 2. This is very tech heavy, so that's a key consideration. But it's also important to note that you need to work out how to advertise the app and how you would explain it to people, basically. And then in the last stage, that's the rural area. So you're looking at, as the infrastructure develops, you want to get that information to them before the infrastructure's there. And when the infrastructure is being built there is when you're also targeting them in the mails and that kind of thing. And then the last bit is also catering more towards long-term, what is going on, how do we improve it, and that situation. And then we're looking at the metrics and goals. So with the goals, we're looking at, is it equitable? Is it financially viable? Is it addressing grid concerns? And is it optimised for use? So looking at feasibility, risk and mitigation, we've identified 4 key ones here. The technology is a key consideration because it's not pinpointed when that's going to be cheaper or otherwise. So we need to work on addressing if it's expensive, and then we have a rebate. And then data privacy as well, so using foundational and then innovative ideas. And then the last 2 is mainly catered towards stakeholder considerations. And then our solution under the East framework is showing that it is plausible, mainly because of the reasons listed there. So let's get into EV to get behind V2G. Thank you.